Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Build Lothloria, episode 11. Currently standing on the plateau overlooking our city. I guess I can't call it a town anymore. People have spoken. It's pretty much a city now anyways. So, I worked on a couple buildings off camera. Still getting the strobe effect, so I don't, I don't enjoy filming too much of me actually building and working on terrain. So it's just easier on your guys' eye to give a tour. So I'll go ahead and show what I did off camera, and then I'll build one structure in this episode. It'll be a siege workshop for all the siege machines that this kingdom will need to defend itself and attack others. So over here in this new plateau is kind of the Craftsman plateau. So I currently have kind of the leatherworking slash tailoring area. They have plenty of clotheslines and to hang and dry leather slash sheets and fabric. And inside it's fairly open. You have some basic crafting tables and clutter lying around, some shelves, work shelves, extra twine for the actual sewing of fabric and leather. Back here is kind of the main prepping area where they would like prep the leather and fabric for use. And outside, of course, this would be like the actual tanning barrels where they would actually leave and set and wait for the leather to cure. This would be where they would hang up to dry and maybe be raked and skinned once after they've been saturated for a while. You know, again, plenty of little details and knickknacks, plenty of work tables. You know, it would be a fairly large operation. This looks pretty cool. It just almost looks like a drum of thread just ready to use. You would just have to rotate it, and they would swap these out with the ones on the shelves. So that's pretty much it for this building. It's a wooden roof structure, stone on the main workshop half, and stucco for the front half with a little awning. So it's a pretty nice little structure. I like it a lot. And over here is the very recognizable blacksmith. Some details got deleted. I don't know what happened in between loading the save from when I was working on it to now. But there were some details on the shelf. I think it was just clipping through other objects and they kind of erased each other. That's kind of known to happen with like awnings and things like that. A forge for smelting, and the blacksmith actually gets to live in the actual area, so he can actually just walk out here and start working and go eat and sleep in here. It's kind of an open entryway. It's very nice. Has thatched roofing. I kind of like the workshop area. It has an open front, stonework, and a whole bunch of windmill blades to make a very slightly sloped roof. So that's what I have done off camera recently. Also flattened a little bit of terrain up here just for future building, and also gave it some access from this staircase as well. Kind of a very narrow alleyway to get down to this little plateau. And this is going to be a little one, like it's just going to take up like just to around there, and there'll be a larger flat one up there. So this big foundation is going to be kind of the siege workshop, and I know it's going to have to be a pretty open structure, and also it's going to have a sloped entryway so you can get machines in and out fairly easily. I don't know if I like that. What if I might be able to bring it in, I guess, like that. I don't know, I was kind of hoping for a 4 wide entryway, so I might just have to extend the cliffside just a little bit, just to make that look a little bit more clean. But yeah, this whole part will be like the workstation to actually build. This will be a little covered area. So we'll just get going here. It's going to be a single floor area over here. Rotate these. Like so. And then the main workshop area, just like the blacksmith, will be done in stone. So we'll do that, and then maybe I kind of want to leave it open, you know, because if they're working and then dust everywhere, you really want enough points for airflow. I think that's kind of the look I want to go for. And also, sometimes it's pretty cool to see inside these types of structures. Just put around a piece there. Like that. A double window. I have the background music of the game playing. I got a suggestion to actually maybe put some music in, and I don't really mess too much in editing in terms of sound, so at least not yet. So the easiest thing to do is just use the wonderful game music that the developers made. It is fairly nice, and I hope it's not too loud for you all. We'll go ahead and just frame up. I wish I could just put it in the middle there. Oh well. So details for this structure. You know, I really don't know. I mean, like, if it's supposed to be a wide open, like, garage almost. So it may not have too many details beyond some workstations. Maybe a pad of some sort. This way you can always, you know, nothing you should be building for this scale of a town to fit throughout and out the streets should be bigger than this platform. It's kind of what I'm hoping to stick with. So, let's see. I guess trying to think of the best way to do a roof on this right now. It will probably need to be tall enough to actually support a larger roof. Like so. We'll just go ahead and raise the stone up. And then on this side, just add a double window, I think. Just like that. Boy, I don't know if there's going to be enough supports for a very large roof here, so I might have to put some upside down triangles, like so. Make sure they line up with the other side, like that. And then flip them back around again give us the angle of our roof. Like that. Why can't I place anything there? Or there? Aw. I have no idea sometimes. I think I'll alternate the wood pattern here on these. That might be interesting to do. And then last one. Like that. So you can see kind of how open it's going to be. I might even hang a small crane from the roof. That way you can lift up your structure and maybe flip it over so that you can put wheels on it. I know that's a kind of a main concern when working on like catapults and stuff. I don't think I want to round a corner here anymore. The roofing would have just been too, I think, annoying to do for what it was worth. So we'll go ahead and do that. So, and alternate that. I'm almost afraid to look at structural integrity right now. It will probably be pretty ugly. Okay, it's all green. That's alright. I'm sure it'll change as soon as I put the roof on. That. Oop. Well, at least it's gonna come to a really... Actually, do I want the barn roof on this? Because that's a really, really high peak. I don't know if I want that much weight on the structure, since it's kind of weak in terms of supports. So I think I'm going to go with the barn style roof, which is basically just using the wooden floor and making this upside down U shape. Of course, it's going to have a wooden roof on all of it. It is kind of an important building. Like so. Ugh, okay, I keep falling down there. So yeah, it's very open. You could probably make... I don't know, let's see if my catapult can fit in there. This is like the only catapult I've tried to make so far, and it's not great. But we can see if it would actually make out of the entryway at least. You know, I don't think it could. I actually think it's too tall. Yeah, that's too tall. That's interesting. I mean, I would bring this angle up and it would actually give more height in the center, but I don't think it would be worth it. But what you can do is use this structure to build the base and actually finish it once you have wheels in a basic form. You can actually kind of roll it out and then finish the construction out here and maybe the yard. I might actually extend the cliff even farther and put like a larger fenced in area to kind of finish off your constructions. Maybe if that doesn't work, let's try this little cart. There we go. This thing, like when I was making it, I was kind of thinking, you know, horse-drawn wagon that would get pulled into town. A very large caravan. Most streets are 2 blocks wide, so this would fit. It would be probably a little tight, but that's okay. So I think I'll leave that in there for detail. If it would just stop rolling before it hits the wall. Okay. Well, that went up a lot quicker than I thought it would. I just need to add some more wooden details on it. Kind of frame the top section of the roof here. If I can just get a good lineup on here. Come on. There we go. Just drag this out, like so. And run it along this side. Like that. Alright. Trying to decide if I like this structure. It's like so utilitarian and plain that I don't know if it works. It's like one of the most ugly things I've built. Let's try to make it match everything else. So we'll just run that along. Like so. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Actually, I think I'll let you guys decide if you want me to work on this like a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and try and add some details off camera real quick, because we're almost at the 20-minute mark, and I'll just cut back and show you guys once there's some more detail. And you guys can tell me if you want me to rework it or keep it or what. Alright, 1 second. Alright everyone, this is kind of where we're at with the Siege Workshop. Before I just go around and like adding a whole bunch of detail, I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on it. It's still up in the air for me. What might save it if I put like some other structures attached to it, because right now it's just this huge box that's just kind of sitting there out in the open. And I'm thinking once some of the slums are in, which are these going to be these tiny little huts kind of jammed together and mishmashed down below, and maybe it might encroach on some of the building. It might break it up a little bit. Right now it's just a little too boxy for me, but I think that'll be probably the only fix if I attach some type of house structure to it or multiple little houses onto it. That way it doesn't feel as disconnected from the rest of the town. Anyways, so yeah, there's plenty of details in here. You know, there's plenty of spare parts for siege engines, windmill blades, cannonballs, spoon heads to catch blocks with locks on them, extra rope. There is a working crane. This does spin, and it would actually lift something up. So that's what you would use to get the main bulk off the ground, so you can put wheels on it, and then maybe you would spin it around and lift it up again. I may actually create another pulley and actually attach a gear from this side to over here. That way we can lift two sides up simultaneously. It'll remain flat. But again, I didn't want to get too technical without hearing your guys' opinion on it. Anyways, that'll be it for this video. Hopefully the next one will have a little bit more building content. It's just I'm just starting to get a little bit of a headache from constantly looking at these flashing blocks all the time, and I might start playing some other games. But yeah, I'll save that for later, and I'll see you in the next one.